Hello viewers, today's topic is a leader must learn how to analyze situation and identify options. Learn to analyze situation and identify options, which is like generating and evaluating potential courses of action. Analysis of situations and identifying options is a core part of planning and problem solving. A systematic process of evaluating internal and external factors affecting a specific scenario to understand the current state and to uncover root causes of problems, to identify opportunities and develop a range of potential courses of action. This process involves several key activities like gathering data, relevant information from diverse sources such as market research, financial reports, operational and stakeholders' feedback. Breaking down the situation using analytical skill to break complex situation or problem into smaller and more manageable components to understand how it contributes to the overall picture. Identifying key factors, assessing internal actors, strengths and weaknesses on resources. And the external factors, opportunities, threats, market trends, competitive dynamics, regulations that influence the situations. Uncovering insights, interpreting the data and findings to identify patterns, trends, underlying causes of problems, and potential risks or opportunities that might be overlooked. Brainstorming alternatives using creative and logical thinking to address identified issues, evaluating options based on resources needed or risk versus gain, and alignment with overall objectives to make well-informed, evidence-based decision. The goal is to move from a reactive decision to a proactive one to ensure they are effective and likely to lead to a desired outcome and sustainable success. For instance, in your analysis, you may consider the SWOT. In the situation, this refers to the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat in your task. In order to determine your best options by examining the 4 quadrants, you will arrive at a comprehensive understanding of situations and make informed decisions to leverage strength, address weaknesses, capitalize on opportunities, and mitigate threats. Identify your strength as the internal attribute that enhances performance or achievement. It can be a skill, performance, positive personal qualities like creativity and resilience, one's unique selling points or market differentiators. It can also be one's strong connections or relationship, an ability to create ideas or solutions. Having strength in such areas enables you to excel in your field or endeavor and differentiate yourself from others, adapt to changes and uncertainties. Remember, strengths are not fixed and can be developed and improved over time with effort and dedication. Learn from the ants. So wonderful. They are wise creatures, wise in several ways to the extent they were acknowledged for their hard works in the Bible. They look ahead, that is preparation. They gather food in summer for winter. That is the time people travel for holidays to enjoy life, but they are still busy for the rainy days. They save for the future. They never assume that the future will be bright. They work today to secure the brightness of tomorrow. They think positively. An ant is never daunted by the size or the weight of whatever it wants to move. If they find a particle so big, they break it down into movable pieces. That's positive thinking. They do not relent or conclude that it is so large to be carried. A positive-minded person will believe that there is always a way out to do it well, or he will search for how to go about it. They never give up. When the ant moves with his foot over an obstacle, even when the foot falls, it returns to it tirelessly and keep trying till it gets to its destination. They work together in unity. They work as a team. They have a way of giving each other direction, lining up accordingly to fight as one, even to their death. What a lovely team. They rest at time of rest and work at the right time. They don't have timekeepers, no alarm clock, but they do it effectively. They don't procrastinate, no delegate responsibilities. They all work. They don't make excuses for failure. They never complain or say, I don't have a father to depend on, while being lazy. They do not say, we don't have a president, so I won't look for food. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 6 to 10 says, take a lesson from the ant, you lazy bones. Learn from the ways and become wise. Though they have no prince or governor and ruler to make them work, they labor hard all summer, gathering for food at winter. But you lazy bones, that's humans, how long do you sleep? When will you wake up? See how the scripture made reference to a little insignificant ant. The ant with its qualities and strengths and attributes in contrast to humans. That is the lesson we must learn. A lesson that foolish things are confirmed by the wise, and no matter how small one may be, he has something to offer, or you learn from. Some notable examples of business leaders according to AI Overview who analyzed situations and made options and succeed is first, Alan Mulally, former CEO, Ford Motor Company, orchestrated one of the most successful corporate turnarounds in history. He initiated a red, yellow, green diagnostic system to accurately assess the company through situation, forcing transparency, alignment among his team that returned Ford to profitability, avoiding bankruptcy that affected competitors. Secondly, Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, was a master of adapting his leadership style to the situation at hand. Upon returning to Apple in 1997, he employed a highly directive approach to stabilize the company and streamline its product line. Once a vision was established, he shifted to a more delegating and visionary style, employing teams to innovate and leading to products like the iPhone and iPad. The products are still in use. See you again. Keep following me.